As the season gets ready to start, I had a chance to catch up with the Eagles' first-round draft pick, defensive tackle Jordan Davis from Georgia, presented by First Trust Bank.
You're in the NFL. We'll get to that. I always like kind of the road getting there. So if you can, you're not that old, you should be able to remember. You remember the first time putting on a football uniform?
Yeah, I was in Little League when I was about in third grade playing for the C-Mac Raiders. The helmet was too big, the shoulder pad was too big, but...
That happens to everybody, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's a rite of passage, but, took a long break from football, played basketball, just various sports, and then once I got back into it in high school, it just felt right, and then here I am.
I knew you took the hiatus from it. A, why, and then B, what made you get back into it?
One, because I just like basketball. Basketball was always my first love. I've been holding the basketball since I was born, so also being a North Carolina kid, basketball runs the state of North Carolina. So to get back into it, I went to a different high school, Mallard Creek, which was known for being pretty dominant in football at the time. Got convinced by my mom. She dropped me off at the football practice without telling me, so I really didn't have a choice.
Where did you think you were going before she dropped you off at football practice?
I thought we were going to the store. She told me to put on some shoes to walk in. So I was like, all right, it's gonna be a long grocery day. But, she just dropped me off at Mallard Creek football field, and then I was confused because she just drove off. But, I met the football coach and they took me under their wing and they explained a lot. And
was it tough to get back into it? How was that transition?
Yeah, just the speed of the game. I would say, even now, as further along as you progress, the speed gets a little, faster and faster. So just to learn the playbook, literally you didn't have actual plays on defense, you just ran and go. But, to learn the plays and learn scheme and learn coverages and stuff like that, the more that I understood the game, the easier it got for me and the more I loved it. So it was a fun challenge at first, but now it's, it's even more fun now to be challenged on a grand stage.
Tell us about the first time stepping on campus at Georgia when all of a sudden you're not the only great player around.
Right, and it was a little bit of culture shock, and I expected it. I knew I wasn't going to be, top dog once I got in there, but it just took a lot of hard work, and I know a lot of my teammates who've been with me can say that, it takes a lot of hard work to get to that point. The chips fell where they were, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that I had. I played as a freshman, so that was the one thing I wanted to do when I got to Georgia. That was my goal. Just be a college student and have the college experience. You hear about it, but to actually do it and live it is pretty cool experience.
I was fortunate enough to call a couple of your guys' games, and was being a former defensive player, I was of really great defenses right here in Philadelphia, of some great names in Eagle history, like the Reggie Whites and Jerome Browns and Clyde Simmons, Seth Joyner, Eric Allen, all those guys. To see what you guys were doing as a defense was just incredible, how dominating you were. So I hate to take you then to the lowest point of the season, you guys dominating all the way through, and then you lose that SEC title game.
I would say it was our wake-up call. That's when, everybody kind of clicked in and realized, we weren't, who we thought we were. And the only place to get back was just the hard work that got us to that point. And so, we all had a team meeting, but it was just the team. It wasn't the coaches, it wasn't anybody else but the players. And when we talked as men, and we told we had to tighten up. And I think that was really that was one thing that made me feel like we had something special. And going into that postseason play, that we were going to dominate. And unfortunately, Michigan got the butt end of it. But it had to be them because we knew, we wanted to get to where we wanted to get to.
So then going back into the championship game now against the team that beat you, how different of a mindset was it than the Michigan game?
It was just do our job. I feel like, in the SEC championship, we were trying to do too much. We were trying to all be superheroes. We wanted that win bad, but we knew if we just did our job, then everything was going to take care of itself in the end. And that was just how we went in with the mindset of the national championship. And we just played our play, we executed. The team that executes better than the other team will end up winning. And you have the ring to prove it.
Yeah, I'd say it worked out pretty well. All of a sudden, you go from playing football, and I love asking guys this, to running a cone drill or doing a high jump or a broad jump. I mean, you had to do it, but just that thought process of saying, God, do I have to do this stuff, it doesn't feel like football.
Right. You know, I was just excited for the moment. You know, I've been watching the combine since I was a kid, and you know, to be able to be a part of it and do it, you know, it was just the one thing that kind of kept me just focused and motivated. Like, if I run 40 yards in a game, you know, we're in trouble.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
But you know, it's just, you know, I just felt like I was living a dream.
You go through that to get your name called. I mean, again, I had to wait till the 10th round, pick 255. So I think it was at midnight. You know, so you're in the first round, one of the top guys to go. Just when you get that phone call.
I was shocked. Honestly. You know, I kind of had a hunch that I was gonna be in Philly. I took my top 30 visit here. My mom is a huge Eagles fan, as everybody pretty much knows. So, you know, it just felt like the stars aligned when I got that phone call. And, you know, hearing Howie on the other end of the line and, you know, just being able to call myself a Philadelphia Eagle and finally having a home. You know, you go through that draft process, you have no idea where you're gonna go. You could either be, you know, in your own backyard or you could be all the way across the country. And I'm grateful that I'm still on the East Coast. I'm an East Coast kid, and you know, West is out. You know, it's nice out West, but you know, I love being on the East Coast. And so to be close to home, have my family here, friends be able to see me whenever, and be in Philly, you know, the city of brotherly love, man.
What do you know about the Eagle fans?
Oh, man. Passionate. Passionate.
Good word.
It's a beautiful word for that, passionate. You know, that what makes it worth playing, you know, a passionate fan base. So Eagles fans are going to give their all every week, and I feel like that's the same with the players, too.
Yeah, Eagle fans care
a
lot. How about the first time you got here and stepped in that locker room, whether it was for mini camp or whatever, when you were here as a Philadelphia Eagle?
It was almost overwhelming, you know, to see the tags of the guys. I came right after the draft, but you see the name tags of guys that you either played against or watched, you know, like Fletch, man. I've been watching Fletch since like high school, and, you know, to be able to play alongside him and learn from him. Or like Jalen Hurts, you know, we played against each other at Georgia, and now we're teammates. It's kind of crazy, and, you know, and I think that's the beautiful thing about football is you have all these guys, different age, different creeds, different races, and they're all just coming together as a common goal. And that's the win. You know, we want to win. And I think that's something that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about this team. Definitely feel that we have something special brewing. And to be a Philadelphia Eagle is the greatest honor that I can say.
So I like hearing you say, especially like top players, come in but still appreciate it and look for the veteran leadership, and don't come in thinking they know everything right away. So is Fletcher Cox, while you grew up watching him, and I'm sure he really loves to hear that, how much, you know, early on here did you talk to him or lean on him or, you know, kind of learn the ropes?
Yeah, and, you know, he's always coaching me up, you know, during OTAs, he was coaching me up on little technique stuff. Cause, you know, obviously, you know, I'm young, I'm not gonna know everything, you know, I have a good basis, but, you know, it's a different game. And so to have him just lead and just have him just to help me, you know, it means a lot, cause, you know, he doesn't have to do that. And, you know, it just means a lot. And, you know, they say never meet your heroes, but, you know, it's pretty cool, you know, meeting Fletcher Cox. But, you know, like Javon Hargrave, man, you know, all those guys in the room, you know, they take me under their wing. And so I'm really appreciative of that. And, you know, I'm just ready to be one of those guys, because I feel like, you know, in a few years, it's going to be a guy that's in my position, and I'm going to be in a position like Fletch. And I want to be able to give back and, you know, pay it forward. So,
have you envisioned running out on this field in the first regular season home game and actually having that uniform on and being a Philadelphia Eagle in the regular season?
Yeah, trying on a uniform is definitely an experience. You know, looking in the mirror and you're like, wow, like, you know, this is a lot different than the red color I used to wear. But just run on that field, it's gonna be nuts. You know, it's gonna be crazy atmosphere. And I'm really excited. And, you know, the only way to get there is just to work.
Don't trip.
Don't trip.